welcome to the Colourful Creativity Podcast. My name is Carolien, this is Binx, and this is episode 49. Maybe I should rename the Colourful Creativity Podcast to the Binx Show, because this little man has been waiting for over 30 minutes in this chair for me to start podcasting. I had everything ready, I posted a photo on Instagram of that. He was already sitting here. Then I pulled up the chair, I put the camera here. I had to do some things like getting my water, going to the toilet, writing up some notes, answering the phone. He was waiting here, impatiently meowing. And now he's just so excited. He's really loudly purring. You can't hear that probably, but I can hear it because he's washing my face all the time. He just wants to be here with me. Isn't he the craziest little beast? Well, okay. Welcome everyone. All new viewers. I'm happy you're checking me out. I hope you are cat crazy as I am. Because with this little guy, you really get a crazy cat lady. Really. There's nothing you can do about it. He makes you a crazy cat lady. If you don't love cats, you should meet him. After that, you will love cats. And of course, also welcome to all returning viewers. I know you need your portion of Binx every 2 weeks, so here we are again. I guess I'm going to start and try work around this mister. And hope he doesn't wreck my dress or something with his claws. I have a finished object. Ooh, my glass of water is probably more interesting now. Oh, nope. There he is again. Oh well. My exploration station is off the needles. I've been very busy knitting it. This is the behind the scenes look. He's putting his tongue in my mouth. Really? Yeah. So yeah, I have a few ends to weave in. I'm halfway there, I guess. This side is already done, but this side has quite a few left. But that's fine. I will get there in the end. And I love it. I totally love it. I can put it on. It's a bit smaller because it's not blocked, and I am not going to block it actually because it looks great already. This one is blocked and it got pretty thin as for the yarn, and this is nice and thick and squishy still, so I like that. And yeah, well, Binx doesn't really let me, but I hope I can. Puss, no. And you can see the difference with them. This one is a bit lighter with this edge like yellow and light blue, and this one is a bit darker, so I might just take this one for winter and this one for spring. But yeah, I might even like this one more because it's a bit darker and more my color. The light yellow is not really my color. But I still love this one, but I also love the new one. So, a second exploration station, and I do not think I am done with the pattern yet. I might make a third or a fourth one even. I love this pattern. It's so, well, not boring. Every section is a new exciting thing, and the sections are just big enough for not getting bored. Just to bind off. That took me 2 days. That was an I-cord bind off of very, very, very long stitches. Well, I-cord bind is always long because you have to slide the stitches back. You don't know what you want, do you? So I did a darker contrasting I-cord bind off because I wasn't sure I would have enough yarn. You want that? You want that? Yeah. Yeah. Binx and his little threads. Yeah, I love it. That's all I can say. It's of course a West knits pattern, and you know West knits are the best knits. Knitting on a size 4mm needle with this one, and totally happy. The yarn I dyed myself. It's Colourful Extra Soft Merino, which isn't for sale. It was just an experiment, and I ran out of the orange yarn, so maybe you can see it, but it's not really that good visible. But this orange is way more bright than that one. Okay, there goes my glass of water. Let me see. I guess my water is better than his water. Totally busted. If you think the noise, well, yeah, it's him drinking my water. Now I know again why I have those closed top things. Cups, things, you know what I mean. Oh God, Binx, you're such a distraction. This is too much. Well, that was my finished object. We can go on with the works in progress. Jeez. It's so distracting. I'm losing it all. So yeah, the big Binx show. Yep. In my Tonia's Stitches bag is a work in progress with socks. As I told you last time, I was joining Tour de Sock, and we have the pattern here. It is called Fins, and it is by Sarah Bordelon. I hope I pronounced that right. I have to get some things out of the way, and it is in black and white again, but if you follow the link in the show notes, you go to my Ravelry page, and then you can click through to the pattern. There's beautiful photos there. It's a really fun pattern. It's called Fins, and it's because she spent a lot of time with young swimmers, so the sharks, and she wanted a water fish shark inspired pattern, and it's really exciting. And this is my needle. I'm halfway there, and not the halfway you would think. These are high sharps, 2.5mm. That's what I'm knitting these on. The yarn I'm using is a Trekking XXL by Zitron, and the colorway is 550, because, well, why would you call it a fancy name? This is the yarn. I have 2 balls because I am knitting these 2 at a time. And then you might think now, she had an empty needle. How does that happen if you're halfway there and knitting 2 at a time? Well, that is because she had a very, very surprising thing happening there. And I am not finished actually, because I was very busy. I didn't finish in time, and I'm fully okay with that because I already expected that would happen. I'm not a real fan of the fins on the top of the cuff, so I do not have to do them anymore because I don't need the points. I am already too late and I can do what I want. But this was an amazing new thing to learn. Or actually, I'm halfway there to learn that. But look, these are knit 2 at a time. I started at the toe, this one. Nice self-striping colors. And here you can see the pattern a bit better. And there, this little thread here is actually, well, this is the end. This is the heel. This little thread is making sure I can pick up stitches for my afterthought leg. And I think that's just genius. we all know the afterthought heel, but the afterthought leg is like, say what? Yeah, really. So I have 2 sock boats, as someone called them on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, they are. They are sock boats. They are closed up sock boats. So I will pick these up and I will knit 2 repeats of the pattern. So like on the foot you have like these wavy things happening, which is really cool to knit. And then of course you have the fins at the cuff, but I will just do a straight 1x1 ribbing cuff because I like the look of that better. I'm not someone who likes shark fins on their ankles or something. It's a really enjoyable knit, and after the first pattern repeat I was, oh, okay. And then it got a nice TV knit. I knit a lot in the car. We went to Hoorn, to the weavers market, or the weversmarkt. I will tell you later about that. And I knit in the car on these. On the way back I was so exhausted I couldn't even pick up my stitches or my knitting. I couldn't even hold it. I didn't knit a stitch. I just enjoyed being driven around by my lovely husband. So that's work in progress number 1. Then I have number 2. And number 2 is in my Herbstblad Regina bag. Herbstblad Creationen. In here is a skein I showed you last time, but now it's caked. It is my hand-dyed Colourful soft sock in the colorway Club Tropicana. Yes, it's the one from the Happy Hour collection. I really wanted to try out that needle. I couldn't leave it any longer. And I thought I would knit up a sample, but it's going a lot slower on this tiny needle than expected. The cast on was horror, really a big horror. I cast on pretty tight, and well, I couldn't even move it around. I posted on Instagram and everybody said, oh, you should do a more stretchy cast on, and it gets better after a while with a little bit more stretch in the stitches. So I'm trying to figgle this so I can show you how it knits up. It's like a teeny tiny striper, but it changes halfway, so I guess there will be some interesting pooling as well. These are 68 stitches on a 2mm needle. I did 68 because I thought I would make some shorty socks on this needle, but I'm not sure now. I might rip it out and do a 64 cast on a regular circular. This is the Adi Sockenwunder I showed you last time. So it's a little bit longer needle and a short tip. It's 25 centimeters instead of 23. It is better for me because I can hold the right needle now and just knit. But I guess I'm still a fan of magic looping. I don't need to do the tiny stuff. I do understand that it's really nice and easy to bring it along. You only need a really small project bag. If you take one 50-gram ball, you can just knit that sock and go. If you think what you hear, Binx is washing his butt. I'm not turning the camera for that. It's totally unnecessary. So that is just a teeny tiny sample knit. Now I have a really big bag from Fondant Fiber. And in here is a lot of yarn. You can see it's really stuffed. Because I have started my dotted rays. And yes, I stopped mid-row, which was stupid, but I have to go back. So it's not mid-row, it's at the end of my row, but it looks a bit scrunched up now. So, yeah, he's gonna drink more water. I would too, after washing my own butt. Let me see if I can do something about this. Yeah, you like that water? You go ahead, boy. Here it is. And this is already the third color because I am fading it. It is my Faded Rays, that's how I called it. And this is what the third color looks like. It matches with my cardigan. Yes, water again. This colorway is, let me get it out. Freedom is for Sale, one of a kind, on a Lady Persephone sock. And it's a BFL sock yarn from Countess Ablaze. Then I started with this one, which is somewhere a ball band. Must be in here. There it is. 1000 schön. I might have put that wrong in my thing. I think I put Zabawies in. Oh well. 1000 schön, and it's a 75-25 virgin wool sock yarn. And the colorway is Halbstaka 415, so probably some clip yarn from April 2015. And in between those, hi Binx, I use this color, which is a hand-dyed sunflower yellow on BFL sock yarn. Yes, you're gonna cuddle with the bag. I'm gonna get back then. Then next up, after this one, there will be a neon orange hand-dyed by me on my extra soft merino, which doesn't match the other yarns, but hey, the yarn has to be used somehow. Then there will be some Countess Ablaze again in the I Am the Voice of the Next Generation, one of a kind, on Lady Persephone sock. Then I have another hand-dyed bright green, this time on BFL sock. I split a 100 gram skein into 250 grams, so I could make these two. And the last one after this, so it will be this after what I'm doing now, is Undercover Otter superwash sock yarn in the colorway Atragon. And then I hope to be finished with this huge beast. I must say, the start of the dotted rays was really quick, but you have short rows, so that's obvious. And I really liked knitting this with just sock yarn. Some of you may know and remember that I cast this on in a Unicut, which is a 50% acrylic and 50% cotton lace yarn. It's kind of, it's unplied, so it's difficult to knit. You have to take all the strands and don't forget one, otherwise I rip back because it's ugly, I think. But there was no stretch in that yarn, which made it a very tough on the hands knit. I'm closing this because of Binx. Yeah, I'm actually very pleased with this knit. For those of you who don't know the dotted rays, I will get the pattern. Again, black and white. Very sorry. Where is it? I think this one is the prettiest. Another West Knits. It is for the West Knits fade along. So I'm fading the colors. I've done the math and let me see what it is. Yeah, I call it Zabawies instead of 1000 schön. But where is my math? Oh yeah, there. Like wedge 1 to 4 is color A, wedge 5 is A and B, wedge 6 is B and C, wedge 7 to 9 is color C, 10 is C and D, 11 will be only D, but I think that will be just D and E. I will not do a solid color on its own, so 11 will be D and E, then 12 and 13 will be E, 14 will be E and F, 15 will be F and G, and then 16 and 17 will be G. So this is gonna be a huge shawl, which I wanted, just like the Find Your Fate shawl that I'm planning to knit. It should be huge. I want a blanket shawl, or slanket, or how you want to call it. Oh wait, let me show. This is knit on a 4mm high sharp circular, and I wanted to show you the fade a little bit better. My husband didn't even see that I changed colors. Yeah, it's way more green, but it was so smoothly transitioning that he was like, oh, I thought you were just using a gradient ball of yarn. So I guess I'm doing it right. And yeah, I'm really loving it. Something more bright. I know my exploration station is also bright, but I didn't have anything going yellow-green side. And that was all blue. And I know I wear blue now, but I didn't at the beginning. And there's even some pinks in here, and I'm just really happy. Oh, you're gonna headbutt with my bag. You're gonna headbutt the bag. Yes, yes. And then, in my teacups bag, I can show you one little thing I finished. Well, it's not really finished. It has to be, the ends have to be woven in, but it's crochet, and I made another bunting flag for the world record attempt. And being the teacher, I'm like way behind. Everyone else has like 20 or 40 or even over 100 of triangles made. I'm just there to inspire and to teach. I do not have time to even crochet. I taught a workshop yesterday again, so people were busy, and every time I show them, I just cast on a triangle, rip it out again, so I can teach the next one. That's not progress. So I'm very pleased. I have 2 granny buntings now, or 2 bunting flags. This one is the granny bunting, and this one is with just single crochets, or if you're in the UK, with double crochets. It's like, okay, the teacher doesn't have anything finished, but well, as said, I can totally help you out if you want to help us with this project. It's for charity. All the proceeds of it will be for the home where I volunteer. It is for cancer patients, and it is for quality of life. For ex-cancer patients, quality afterlife, for next ones and loved ones, to help them through a difficult period, and for them how to cope with loss, grieving counseling, everything that comes with cancer. And I guess we all know someone, we are all touched with cancer. Some of you may know my husband had cancer. That's how I got there. I went there as a guest first, and they helped me really well, and now I'm very happy I can just give something back by volunteering. We are going very, very well. The Facebook group has over 2,500 members already, but not all of them crochet, of course. But we are pretty confident we might even get to the 10 kilometers. It's just we need to hear from the Guinness Book of Records first how to attach them. We are thinking sewing them with a band, 4 per meter, so that means 20 per 5 meter, and 5 meter are the pieces we're gonna sell. We're also going to donate a lot of those pieces to hospitals for their children's oncology wards, etc. Because they also have birthdays, and they also want to celebrate things, so they can put up their own flags then, or their own bunting. I might be interrupted by a package, or not. We will see. I heard something bleeping, but it may be for the neighbors, it may be for me. We'll see. So yeah, if you want to join in and you're not sure because it's all in Dutch, write me a message. I already explained a lot on Ravelry in the last thread for the last podcast. I might just make a separate thread for everyone who wants to crochet and who wants the information. I am crocheting with a 3.5mm hook or needle. It is a Clover Amour and later more about those needles, because I'm gonna put them in the shop too, because I love them. And I am knitting, crocheting this with Durable cotton, which was sponsored by G. Brouwer, the wholesale of Durable in the Netherlands, which is awesome. I have some more colors in here. I know, just like this one, it is cast on and ripped out again. I haven't done that much, but you know, if you inspire and you just give it through to other people, it's also a lot of fun, and they can make way more than I can do, because I also have to work. Otherwise I wouldn't have to show you anything. I could only show you crochet buntings. That would be boring, right? Next up is spinning, because it was also through the fleece, and that also took some time, but it was worth it, because I have this now. I have a skein of 3-ply. I hope you can see. This is a real 3-ply, so not a Navajo ply. It is 99 meters. I think that's a fair amount for 50 grams. I have some left on the bobbins, which I will make into a 2-ply just to clear out the bobbins. This is a bat from Dutch Wool Diva. Its name is Pixie, and it's merino with bamboo and tussa silk. You can see it here. I really love these colors, the green with yellow and purple. I have a braid, I think, in those colors as well. Next week on Saturday I will start my spinning lessons, so I guess I will learn a lot more then, and I hope to be able... Oh wait, I didn't even weigh it. I should have put it on the scale too, because this is not 50 grams. This is way less, and then I could calculate if I had enough. It's probably not, it's too thick, I know that. It's more DK weight than a fingering weight, and I want a fingering weight because I want to make my own sock yarn with a merino nylon blend that I can then knit into socks. That would be like my biggest goal, is to make my own handspun socks. So there's a lot of fluff going around here, apparently. Because I wanted to show you the bag, I forgot. This is a Frog Peak Creations bag. This is a triangle bag. And I know it's summer and I am still using snowman bag, but that's just because I started spinning on the other project that I showed you last time that was already finished in winter. So I just kept using the same bag. And if you really like what you see, you can go to Frog Peak Creations, her Etsy shop. And I think it's in vacation mode at the moment. I think so, not sure. Maybe you can watch, and maybe she will ship it later. I know she's on vacation. But with the coupon code Colourful 2017, you are getting a 15% discount on everything she has in the shop. And I think that's awesome. Let me check my notes. Where are my notes? Binx, where did I put my notes? Oh, there they are. Yep, that was that part. We are going to acquisitions because, well, when do I not have acquisitions? So, because I really like the Durable yarn, I bought these Colourful Durable yarns. They are called Colourful, Durable Colourful. And yeah, orange with aqua and petrol, bluish, and super bright from aqua through bright pink and my lime green. I think they will make awesome shawls, triangle shawls. I might even use 2 to make an extra big one. I might even give it to my grandmother to make me an extra big one. Not sure. We will see. It's again a 50% cotton, 50% acrylic blend. It's not plied. It's 800 meters for 200 grams. And if you really like them, I can start selling them. I just wanted to try it. My mom saw it and she picked out some for herself. My mother-in-law saw them. She also picked a color for herself. So yeah, I might be start stocking these. Just let me know if you're interested. They are instead of the Unicat, because this I can get in the Netherlands, which makes it a bit cheaper because I can get my VAT back. As a business you can, and I know international in the EU you can get your VAT back, but the Germany where I bought it from doesn't do that kind of stuff. So I'm like, well, then I'm not buying there anymore because I can get it cheaper now. Then the Weavers Market in Hoorn last Wednesday. It's a week ago. We had wonderful weather. It was quite warm, like 30 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot in the Netherlands for doing something else than just sitting around and enjoying doing nothing. So we drove to Hoorn. We took the scenic route. There's like the water in the Netherlands at IJsselmeer. And from Lelystad to Enkhuizen there is a kind of bridge where you can cross. So we took that water to the right, water to the left, and it was amazing. I loved it. I've never been there. I know I've been around Hoorn, but probably just came through by train to Den Helder or something. I think that's a bit too far to the side and you go to Den Helder straight, but I know I've been in that area before, but just going through, never stopped. And it's lovely. It just is, I love to drive there. Very happy my husband drove because I'm not that well in driving. I'm a bit scared of driving where I don't know it. What was I going to say? Oh well, I had a lot of fun at the Weavers Market and I forgot to take any footage. I got one photo of me and Petra together and that was it. The only footage I took was from the water driving, and we stopped in the middle of that bridge. Yeah, it's called a dike, but I'm not sure what a dike is in English. So I have to look it up. I will blend in the right word. Yeah, we stopped in the middle and I took some footage. It was beautiful and windy there, so there's my package. So that was a quick interruption by the parcel man who came with my package, and that's good because I now can show you the things that were in it. But the Weavers Market, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with Petra. I met up with Britta from Wolgoed again, and it was lovely to catch up with her. I saw Miriam from the Miriam Molenbeek podcast. Who else did I see? I know there was a viewer who was, lovely podcast, and then she was gone. And I was like, okay, thank you for the compliment. And I was like, what? But it made me smile, and thank you very much for that. You know who you are. She sent me a message later on Instagram saying, oh my god, I was so flabbergasted. I just couldn't say anything else. I was like, that's totally fine. Next time, just talk to me. I'm just a person. I'm not a celebrity. Please. So yeah, it was fun. Robert also had fun. He just had his phone and a book. Sometimes when we took too long looking at things, it was like, okay, He's in his phone doing other things. Totally fine. Go ahead. I'm already happy we had a lovely day together. We walked around. It was quite big, but there were some stalls with bags and like jewelry. I was like, it's a weaver's market. What are those things doing here? So that was a bit disappointing. I had expected more hand-dyed yarn, which was also not really big there. Yeah, it was mixed feelings about the market itself, but I had a blast that day. I was exhausted afterwards from all the impressions and talking to so many people. I know I'm forgetting people, so I'm sorry for that. It was so much fun. Catching up with Petra again in real life instead of over WhatsApp or online or whatever. It was just great. We didn't even get to talk about what we wanted, but we fixed that later that week by a Skype call. So what did I get? We went to Schouten, the yarn store in Hoorn, which is a wonderful yarn store. They have such a great collection of yarn and really exclusive yarns also. They sell koigu and they sell handmaiden, which I haven't seen around anywhere before in the Netherlands. So I'm really happy I could get this beautiful skein of handmaiden kashpa, which is like super soft. It is a 80% superwash merino, 10% nylon, 10% cashmere, and this is 115 grams and 325 meters. I may have also ordered another one. The color was sold out. I ordered a yellow one, and maybe you can guess what I'm gonna make with that. It's a really nice golden ambery yellow. It's just perfect to knit a Wonder Woman wrap. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I think every woman deserves a Wonder Woman wrap, and this is just my red. It's just a perfect red for that. So I'm very happy with that, and I'm looking forward to the second one. And then I walked, it was one of the first stalls I really noticed. It was Beds and Threads, and they come from Utrecht. Let me see, I will block out the part where there's a phone number, but Beds and Threads. And those are all the brands they are selling. I bought this one. I saw it, one of the first things I saw. It is the Arco Iris Malabrigo Noob. It's a 100% pure merino wool roving hand dyed. I was like, oh, this will be so nice for my spinning lessons. My teacher hates merino. How can I bug her the most? So let's not do that. No, I just love the colors. I was like, I need that. And then I was like, but this is just one of the first things I see. Let's not. So on the way back, we came by that stall again. And first time it was somewhere on top. And of course you notice it then. And then it was all the way on the bottom. I was like, that one. Took it out, and it was the same one as I picked up earlier. I thought that was my sign, so I took it with me. I love it. So those are the two things I bought. So second package today. Oh well, might as well just. I was like, I can wait until they were here, and then they would probably be here around 2 p.m. or I can just start recording and see what happens. And if they are here at 2 p.m. that's fine, then I have recorded my podcast and probably already edited it. Or they will come before 11 a.m. both of them. That never happens. So it happened today because I started recording. Whatever. I was a good girl. I only bought those two things in Hoorn, and I'm like, yeah, I could have bought way more, I was allowed to, but I didn't find what I needed or what I wanted. So those were my acquisitions, and that means that shop news is what is left to tell you about. I have a lot of shop. Oh, sorry. I have a lot of shop news. Let me start with what I started 2 weeks ago. The Happy Hour collection. It will go live today at 4 p.m. Amsterdam time. And this is it, all 10 colors. This is Blue Hawaiian, Copacabana, Sangria, Shirley Temple on the Rocks, Mimosa, Mojito to go. This one is Margarita, finally remembered it, Club Tropicana. This is Spritz a Gogo, and this one is A Sex on the Beach Please. And those last two are the ones I still had to dye up last time. So Spritz a Gogo. I know it's not as orange as Aperol Spritz, but you have to remember, you add a lot of things to the spritz. You add some bubbles and you add some ice, so it gets a little bit thinned, and then it's a bit more muted orange. I was like, I like that better than the really bright one, because I wanted it to be able for you to combine it with A Sex on the Beach Please. I think they go great together. And here is the brand new base. Again, the merino singles. I think they would make an awesome 2-color shawl, or maybe even with this one a 3-color shawl. What do you think? I like it. There's lots of possibilities, and there's a whole bucket of yarn next to me. I bought some new buckets because I needed them, bigger ones, or tubs, how you want to call it. And on my Instagram you can see them filled with all the yarn. So that's going live today. The other thing that will go live also is a lot of crochet hooks, needles. What do you say, crochet hook or crochet needle? We say actually a haaknaald, which is more like a hook needle. So I now, because that is what they delivered, I sold out on a few sizes already yesterday at the workshop. So here are the sizes I now have. It's 2.5 to 4.5, so 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, and 4.5 millimeter in Clover Amour needles. Then I have, for those who don't like that handle, I only have 3 as a sample to show you, but I have more sizes of this Knit Pro Wave needles. They are the more flat handle, also come in, every size has a different color, which I love, of course. And then with the upcoming knit along for the Truly Socks knit along, there are a lot of cabled socks in that book. So I decided that it would be time to sell some nice and easy cable needles. These are coming in sets of 2, one 2mm, one 5mm. And I know for socks you need the 2mm, but for other projects you can totally use that 5mm, because once you start with cables, you're not afraid of them anymore, I assure you, and you will love it. So I thought it would be a nice addition to my shop. They're really cheap. They are only 250 euros. So there's one thing left, and I saved it because I saved the best for last. Petra and I had a long Skype call after Horen. We almost took 2 hours because we are doing the advent calendar again this year. Yay! We're totally into Christmas already. We have started early. We planned it all out. We made an idea of everything we want to put in. We took that as an estimate on pricing, and then we decided, what the heck, we're gonna do an early bird pre-sale, pre-order, and it's open already. So we are so very excited about this, and we have kept it under wraps still. I can do the first real big shout out now. Let me tell you what's in there. It's gonna be at least 20 soft sock minis, or squirm sock. That's how Petra calls her base. They are 10 grams minis. So we are going from 16 to 20 minis. We're doing more this year. A lot more. We've got at least 8 super awesome gifts every knitter or crocheter needs. There's gonna be lots of treats, goodies, extra snackies, etc. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be more than that, because you know us, we love you so much, we want to treat you, we like to treat you. That's Binx. There's a fly on the window on the outside again. So Binx is also excited. I can say that too. But yeah, it's gonna be amazing, you guys. This year is gonna be bigger, better, more fabulous than last year. Those who already bought last year got a newsletter earlier this week already with a message like, we love you so much, and we wanted you to be the first to know because you already believed in us last year. I sent out my newsletter yesterday with pointers to the advent calendar already, and now I'm here talking about it, and tomorrow we will go live, big live, with all the social media knowing it. So if you want to have first dibs, we have a limited amount of pre-orders open, because we're like, well, if we're gonna do more, I don't know how we're gonna make it. We have to see what we can do, but we have 30 spots in total at the moment, so filling up very fast. We already have sold, I think, more than, yeah, we had more than 10%. I think we already were at 20% within 48 hours. We were like, what? This is amazing. And yeah, if you want an advent calendar this year from us, don't wait until September. We might not have spots left. Order it now and just forget about that you bought it, and there will be a gift somewhere in November on your doorstep. You're like, what's this? Oh yes, that's the awesome advent calendar. Because yes, that's how we roll. So Leia just stuck her nose in my glass of water. She got a bit scared because the water was closer than she expected. God. The crazy cat lady show. I'm sorry about that. It's just too funny seeing her staring into that glass. But yeah, I guess with that I will end this episode. Go ahead, happy shopping, I guess, with the happy hour collection and or the advent calendar. I hope you're gonna enjoy everything that you get, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Binx show. He's actually down here, and yes, he is coming up to say goodbye to you guys. So look there, you have to go there. And now Leia is drinking the water, so we will end with a shot of that.